This is Weather Center Live. Thanks for joining us today. I'm meteorologist Chris Warren.
And I'm meteorologist Jen Carfagno. And we are going off here after another busy severe weather weekend. We've got more than 24 tornado reports from this weekend, along with some major flooding emergencies.
Weekend after week.
No surprise, and also in Louisiana and parts of Mississippi. We're going to be watching for storms again today as we take you out to the forecast for today. Watching for that risk of thunderstorms perhaps to become severe across West Texas and then down across Central and Southeast Texas. We do have the flood concern, I think, as the primary concern to start today and probably to finish. We take a look at places from East Texas up into Louisiana, up into now parts of West Tennessee and Mississippi, where we've got those flash flood watches that go through at least this evening. Here's where the rain is right now. All of these boxes, these are the flash flood warnings, places where flooding is either already occurring or about to happen. It's only going to take a couple of inches, maybe 2.5 inches of rain in a 3-hour window to cause flooding. And you see, these storms are not going anywhere. They've been training over themselves, so we're going to be watching for the big concerns for that. Flash flood warnings out there, including around Monroe, Louisiana. The rainfall amounts already have been tremendous. We've had more than 10 inches of rain just south of Vicksburg, Mississippi, according to Doppler radar estimates, and we've seen some totals coming in here to corroborate that as well. All right, also watching on Austin, Colorado, and Washington in Texas, and you can see these areas right here. These storms are just training one cell on top of where the last one was, and so that's going to be a big concern. Radar estimates coming in with more than 5 or 6 or even close to 7 inches of rain across this area. And when you look at the radar forecast mode for today, what we think it's going to look like through the day, according to our forecast models, we've got a lot of active weather. East Texas continuing, Louisiana, we're going to get a brief break, but there'll be more continuing to come through the day, and then eventually backing up into West Texas. All right, so Dallas, we get a brief break today, but man, are we waterlogged. So far for the season, we've had 20.9 inches for the year. Last year, it's about what we got, right, for all of the year. So we certainly are very waterlogged here after being so dry for so many years. Now, just south of Dallas, 10 people were rescued from flooded homes yesterday, and another 3 pulled from their stranded cars. The area was hit with nearly 5 inches of rain in just one day. Kate Parker reports from Johnson County, where the worst of the flooding hit. All right, so it seems like every weekend, right? It feels like every weekend we've got a big severe weather outbreak. And it's true. We look back at the maps, Chris. It's every weekend. It
is for us as we're watching the weather. In some areas, it's also for the people that live there.
It is, you know, people in the middle of the country. Every weekend, you're getting your weather radios out, making sure you have a way to get warnings. I mean, look at this.
We're looking at weekends, weekend after weekend. And it's some of the same areas, some different areas mixed in. But oftentimes, right in here, we tend to see the weather repeating itself each weekend.
And that's been the case lately, right? That Mother's Day weekend that was right across the Central Plains. Again, last weekend, we had, again, some very, very active weather.
And a large system stretching from Texas to Minnesota did bring a lot of that heavy rain and some flash flooding.
Now, also plenty of tornadoes this weekend, including several in rural Oklahoma. Biggest issue right now in New York City for travelers. We've got a lot of delays at all of the airports in the area. LaGuardia, JFK, Newark, Teterboro, all running some form of delays. You look at JFK, we're running about 30-minute delays, general aviation delays, because of the low clouds in the area. At LaGuardia, you know, when that morning bank of flights come in, if the weather is not perfect, you get delays. And we're in about a 3-hour window worth of delays right now with the ground delay program. So we need to clear out those low clouds, get those winds to relax a little bit too, and that'll help us out here in the Northeast. But there could be storms later. We'll be watching the Northeast very closely. Over the weekend, it was across parts of the plains when strong storms produced large hail, ranging in size from an inch in size to the size of baseballs. It rocked parts of the Texas Panhandle on Sunday. Take a listen to it. Thanks for staying with us here on Weather Center Live. I'm Jen Carfagno.
And I'm Chris Warren. We saw the pictures of the severe weather over the weekend, but now we're watching where we're seeing some of that weather happening right now and where it's going to go next.
Houston, this storm's popping in West Texas that you just showed. Today, there may be some severe weather there, and also tomorrow, too. Take a look. We've got the thunderstorm forecast, which again today and tomorrow includes Amarillo, Lubbock, and Midland. But you'll notice that Dallas and even up into Oklahoma City, we get a return to some showers and thunderstorms by tomorrow. So today's our one-day break right there in places like Dallas, and we're going to be looking for the storms back into the area. All right, so let's see. My clicker is not happy with me today. Here we go. Looking at that risk for storms tomorrow. Things are coming together. There's going to be plenty of energy in the atmosphere, which means if clouds get going, how tall can they build? How much energy is there to get those storm clouds going? There's going to be a lot across right here. And then we overlay that with where we're going to have some stronger mid-level winds. So that points to the area that we will see severe weather. When you've got winds that are going to be gaining strength or even turning with direction as you go up in height in the atmosphere, that gives us that risk for severe weather. It's why we do have that risk for tornadoes tomorrow. It's a 4 on the Torcon across West Texas. The big red zone gets bigger on Wednesdays. We see more things come together. We're going to see moisture, and the amount of rainfall potential is one of our biggest concerns, though, every single day. This area is already very saturated. Put more rain on top of it. We've got that flood threat all the way through midweek and even get into next weekend. There'll be more showers and storms right across this area, and heavy rain will again be a factor here. All right, Chris, now what about the system from the... All right, and the other story across parts of the Northeast is our temperature story up here. And those of you in Boston or Providence, Newport, you're not loving your temperatures that much yet. Wait till you see what happens. All right, so what we've got going on across the east and into the south, too, is that we've got our jet stream bridging up a bit. In general, that's going to lead to warmer temperatures here. We're going to get really more of a typical summer pattern where we get a Bermuda high that stays offshore. That high pressure makes the winds go clockwise around it, and coming out of the south, it's generally a warming trend, and also the humidity gets bumped up as well. So let's talk about the Northeast, because wind direction means everything for us up here. We are going to be watching at this onshore flow, places like Boston, even New York City, and it's that east wind. Nothing good about the east wind, right? If you've watched me enough, you know I do not like the east wind. It's bringing in that marine influence. So the water temperature near Boston is 51 degrees. So it's going to be hard for your air temperature to get that much warmer than that when we continue to see this east wind moving over those cooler waters. That's going to influence our weather right through the afternoon and evening. Places like Philly, though, and further south, you'll see it's going to be much, much warmer today, where we don't have that east wind. Temperature is getting up here into the upper 80s, nearly 90 in a few spots for today. Chris.
And Jen, Saturday.
A tornado roared through Broken Arrow. So far, the National Weather Service rating this an